Welcome to tonight's show. You're with Tom, Brian and Steve, and this is From the Sidelines. And as we do it every time this week, we are going to talk about the round of NRL that's just been played, although we do have a State of Origin coming up tomorrow as well, which we'll talk about. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good.
Cold.
Yeah? Cold?
It's cold in this room.
It's actually not.
You're sitting there rugged up complaining it's cold. He's sitting there with a short sleeve jumper on.
He always does. He doesn't
Oh, trackies on. I'm actually wearing shoes today, so it must be a cold day. Usually I'm barefoot.
Okay, so we established that
Yeah,
we're not cold.
And let's not put the camera on his feet to have a look.
No.
So, what were your highlights over the weekend?
Highlights.
Let's get started with highlights.
Highlights. Can I just say, I think Katoni Staggs was a highlight. Apart from his stupid sin bin,
Yes.
which was
there were some stupid sin bins over the weekend.
yeah, but his was legit. He just had a brain explosion.
Yeah.
That was a bin every day of the
He
week.
tried to pull the team up by its bootstraps.
Oh, absolutely. He was absolutely fantastic in the second half.
Yeah.
If he had the forwards to lay a platform for him, and a halfback that could put a bit of pressure on, wow, he would win them a lot of games. I thought Katoni Staggs was my highlight. His try and his effort in the second half was unquestionable.
Yeah. Except for the sin bin.
Well, that was in the first half.
Tom, your highlight?
Your namesake. Say your namesake.
I thought the Dragons were pretty good.
Yes.
They hung in the game and I enjoyed watching that game.
And
we got a sneaky 2 points.
you got a sneaky 2 points.
Yes. Yes.
So did you. You got a sneaky 2 points as well.
Yeah, we just won.
Yeah.
Just won.
A
lucky win.
All right, let's go on. Do you want to talk about State of Origin tomorrow night, or do we want to talk about last weekend first? Let's talk about last weekend.
Last weekend first. All right, okay.
Let's do it in order. Let's be timely.
Oh.
Ooh, that's 10
Come
seconds
on.
we can't get back.
Come on, Steve.
Yeah,
say it.
I have
Say
to
it, Steve.
All right. Dolphins 36, Rabbitohs 28. Lucky win by the Dolphins.
Yeah. I've got 2 tips wrong over the last 3 weeks, and the bunnies let me down.
Do you realise until Manly won on Sunday night, I didn't pick one?
Yeah, well, that's why no one listens to you.
I thought in the end the score actually flattered the Rabbitohs a bit.
So do I, actually.
Why? They each scored 6 tries. The Rabbitohs just missed a bunch of conversions. That's all.
You were lucky to get you were lucky to get a couple in there, and you were lucky Jai Gray's in that team. And you were lucky Jai Gray scored that try.
So hang on.
Let's talk about that.
All right,
Was it a sin bin or was it a penalty try?
Well, no, I don't believe it was a penalty try. I don't believe that is a penalty try. But they allowed it with the Roosters against the Raiders weeks ago with Luke Keary.
Yep.
So if that's the process, I'm okay with it.
Can I say? I think it should be a penalty try every day of the week. If a player is in a try-scoring position and you deliberately impede them, I think the players today are professional and skillful enough. I've seen amazing tries.
Yeah.
I think that they're only doing it because it's a try-scoring opportunity. I'd say give them a try. You know what? That'll solve the problem. They won't do it.
I don't want to see that, because then it comes down to a judgment call of how close, how many other players around, could he do it? The only thing I think in Jai Gray's defence in this circumstance was he was knocked off balance.
Yeah.
Then had to regain balance to grab the ball.
Nobody within Cooey.
Yeah. Can I just say, I do believe that they should be penalty tries, but I don't believe that was one.
So you really don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that was atrocious. He was bumped, but still, he got both hands on the ball and didn't put it down. That's not a penalty try.
Well, sorry.
I actually think it changed his line towards the ball.
It did change his line towards the ball, and it also knocked him out of balance. But
see, there you go.
Again, I'm okay with them doing it not or doing it yes, so long as it's consistent. And in this case, let's face it, it was consistent.
Yep. So there you go. Right. So I think that was lucky. If I was sitting in the box, I probably wouldn't have given it a penalty try, but I'm not going to argue against it either.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think players only interfere in those situations because they are sure he's going to score. Trey Fuller was sure he was going to score, so bumped him out of the way.
So after his performance that night, do you think Wayne will take TPJ to South with him?
Yes.
Jeez, big call.
Well, unless he wants
good.
to stay at the Dolphins.
He was very good.
But the thing with... Pengai is not consistent. That's his problem. He will have a game like that, and yet you notice in the second half he was very quiet. He was like that in the first half. South couldn't put him to the ground and couldn't hold him. Second half, and you watch, he won't do that for another 3 or 4 weeks.
Has he been coached by Wayne before at the Broncos?
Yeah, the Broncos, yeah.
Because I just wonder whether that's what he needs. I think whether he needs Wayne.
100%.
So that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Milne is an idiot. At 55 minutes, he runs through somebody, and it could easily have passed us to Alex Johnson, and
didn't,
and then you didn't score. And then he had a kick virtually in front near the end of the game, which would have made it interesting.
Yeah.
And he completely missed that. Not that he's a regular kicker, but
Look, I think I don't think he should be in the team. I think there are other players who are better than him. You'll notice that the tries for Alex Johnson have slowed.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is because of Cody playing halfback and they're going right now instead of left.
Yeah.
But Milne doesn't pass the ball. Had he passed the ball when Alex was in the open, or even when Jai Arrow was on the other side of him, if you notice Jai Arrow was screaming at him after that double movement.
Yep.
He only had to pass to one of those two, and it's a try to South.
Yep.
He is. I'm sorry, I don't think he's a first grader. And hey, I have trouble saying that about any South players, but I've said it for a while.
Tell you what, Jai Gray's a first grader. He saved at least 3 tries.
Oh, he had a couple of amazing.
For a little bloke, geez, he moves. And yeah.
So it's going to be interesting, the decision when Latrell does come back this time, I think.
I think they'll still keep Jai as probably number 14.
Yeah, well, let's face it. So we had a State of Origin. I know that everybody says, "Oh, we hate State of Origin." Robs players. It gives blokes like Jai Gray a chance.
Yeah.
And let's face it, he's young. He's not a seasoned player coming into the team. Latrell comes back. Latrell's fullback. Jai Gray takes a back seat. Next year, though, another half a dozen games under his belt.
Yep,
yeah, it could be dangerous.
Yep. Jack was good again. I think
Jack was excellent.
He's very good for you at 6.
Yep. What, Jack Bostic? Because he was magnificent. How did the Dragons let him go?
Isn't he a good winger? He is such a good.
He's
winger.
a mighty good winger.
Yeah. Look, I'll be honest with you. As a South supporter, I don't think South ever looked like they were going to win.
No,
they just kept hanging on, and probably would have been lucky had they won.
Well,
but
you give away 36 points. That's not great for your defence.
No, but we scored 28. And like I say, had we had a kicker, that could have been 34, 32. So it could have been a lot closer. Yeah. Anyway.
Sure.
The Dolphins weren't great either. Is that what you're saying? That defence was not a priority.
No, defence wasn't a priority for either. Especially given how South have defended the last few weeks.
Yep.
Let's go on to PointsBet Stadium where the Cronulla Sharks 58 beat the Tigers 6. And I've got to say I didn't see this coming because I picked the Tigers.
Really?
Why would you?
Well, because they've been playing well.
Listen to me.
I haven't listened to you for 10 years. Why would I start now?
The Tigers have been playing okay in patches. I didn't expect 58-6.
No, I think it blew out later on in the game.
I thought, it was pretty consistent. Second, 13th, 24th, 37, 47. Like
four tries in the first half, and then it just blew away.
Yeah, they just... Yeah, I don't know what to say about the Tigers.
And the try that the Tigers scored was actually pretty skillful.
Yeah.
It looked good. Yeah. I'm thinking, oh, well, they're in this game, because by then it was 6-6 or 6-4 or whatever. But, yeah. Look, when the Sharks are on, they are a pretty handy team.
And they were missing quite a few players, to be honest with you.
They were indeed.
And, interesting, they're missing Nico, and they played very well.
So where do the Tigers go from here? Because they seem
We can't
to
go any lower.
Well, that's right, but they seem to then pick themselves up for a few weeks, and then they get back to this sort of thing again.
Yeah, it's in attitude. It has to be. So if you look through their team, and they've got a bunch of blokes who are very, very skillful, and and to be perfectly honest, most teams they would find a spot for them for most of their players.
Yeah,
they just can't put it together. And then you've got so I don't know.
Should Appy have been binned?
No, that was the stupidest bin I've ever seen.
Yep.
I agree with you.
Yep.
And that hurts, but I agree.
That was so in the first game we had Katoni Staggs standing to the side of the play the ball and
in the game later.
It was later. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. And then deliberately rush at the player passing the ball.
He was nowhere near onside.
Appy was dead straight.
And the guy stepped sideways to play the ball.
Yeah.
And so that made him theoretically not square.
Yeah.
And it's true. And the commentator's right. His feet were in front of the player.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, and what gets me is that the ref says you can't challenge that. Like that's a judgment call, and he challenges it anyway.
Yeah.
Like I get you're frustrated, but the ref's going, mate, you're not ever going to win this.
No, that wasn't that one. That was the
Oh.
George one.
thing.
And
It
which
was
one
the
was
St
that
George
one?
That was
one that
Liam-
they.
Liam-
Oh, that was the George one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kennedy.
Oh.
He kept saying, well, you can challenge it, but I can tell you, you're not going to win it.
Yeah, I really felt for Appy because I thought at some point someone has to whisper in the ref's ear and say, "Listen, sorry, you screwed up that one."
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, surely he can say, "Look, I suppose once the ref makes a call, that's it. No one will change it." But I really felt for him. That was unfair, and there were a lot of decisions.
And
that
they
went
needed
against
everything to go their way.
There's a lot of decisions that went against them that were unfair. So
when you're down, you're down.
Still, you don't lose by 50 points just for a couple of refereeing
No,
decisions.
I get that, and you know what? That certainly has dropped them back to last again, big time last.
Yep. So Steve is happy.
Steve over there, Steve.
Yeah,
this
not
Steve.
you.
But you're happy too because you're third.
Oh,
last.
we're please.
They're third last now. That's totally different to last.
We're nowhere near last now.
Close to last.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Listen, anybody who doesn't finish in the top 8 will be close to last.
Kind of a true statement.
Thank you. Super Stadium, Gold Coast Titans 24, Eels 16. I thought the Titans were going to run away with this. They were, 16-0 after 20 minutes?
Well, when the Titans, I've written this down, when the Titans don't look like a bottom 4 team sometimes.
No, they don't.
When they play, they can play like a team fighting for the 8, and then they just seem to fall apart.
Yeah.
I don't know what goes on in their heads, but, yeah.
It's the Des influence. He hasn't had him yet for a year. Wait till next year. Oh, I'm serious. The difference between last year and this year is phenomenal. And it's all in attitude.
I have a question that I was going to wait till later, but I'm going to forget it later, so I'm going to ask now.
Okay.
Are you going to boo Des when he goes back to Manly this week?
You're going to boo from his seats because he can't get a ticket.
I can't get a ticket. They keep selling out on me.
If you were there,
Would I boo?
yes or no, would you boo Des when he walked in?
I
I
don't.
can't believe anybody would, to be honest.
I personally don't think I can boo Des. So as a younger person growing up, Des was one of my favourite players. I don't think I could boo him.
I don't know how anybody could
$1.5
boo him.
million, would that make
Yeah,
you boo
that
him?
would make me boo him. I mean, he certainly, in saying that, he certainly hasn't done any favours for the club
Since he left.
since he left. Yeah.
No.
But yeah, that's not my business. Simply as a coach, I wouldn't boo him. No.
I can't believe that
And-
any Manly supporter would
No,
boo
you know
Des
what?
Hasler.
To be perfectly honest, when he left after we won the grand final and he went to the Dogs, yes, that was boo worthy, because we'd offered him a contract, they just offered him more.
Yeah.
That was boo worthy. But all this hula lately,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
no.
So
Anyway,
Titans, you're both impressed, Tom? You're impressed
At
with
times.
with them?
yeah.
At times.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you're right. They should have scored 40,
That
as it turned out. really.
Kinney fullback is superstar in the making. He is so good.
There's a few good fullbacks thrown around in reserve grade, isn't
And
there?
Jaden Campbell was tremendous in the 5'8", and he kicked some really good
I'd
goals
take Jaden
too.
Campbell in a heartbeat to the Bunnies.
Yeah.
Truly would.
Yeah, but where would you play him?
I don't care. To just have him on the field and put him in as a prop, who cares? You just want him on the field.
He's pretty dynamic, isn't he?
He is.
Yes.
He is.
And I thought, you know what? I didn't think the Eels were that bad either. To be honest, there were some.
They started out poor, but they
there were some blunders.
They don't look like they're not trying.
Yeah, Gutherson worked his backside off.
He always does.
And I
Campbell Gillard, it was a great run that he did. They threw the ball to him. Or was it a kickoff? Might have been a kickoff. But he ran full steam ahead into the pack. Yeah, so I think he's putting in.
So you know the little, what's his name, Talangi?
Yeah.
Gutherson's offered to move from fullback to allow him to stay. If you were the coach, what would you do?
I'd just do exactly that. I think Gutho would make a reasonable 6, but you've already got a good 7 and a high paid 6.
Yep.
He'd probably have to go to the centres.
Yeah, Brian, you wouldn't do it.
Well,
I mean, big call to take Gutho from fullback.
well, see, that's just it. Like, you know, this is symptomatic of a number of young players in the game at the moment. They want it now.
Yeah.
You know what? Gutho, when he started at Manly, started on the wing, and he had to because Brett Stewart was fullback.
Yes.
Like, what you know, what's he going to do? Say, oh, I'm going to nick off to Parramatta unless you guys put me at fullback.
But he did nick off to Parramatta because he couldn't play fullback.
After a couple of years and a couple of injuries.
And the reality, he knew the reality was that he had...
And he had Tom coming through behind him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so, look, I just think the kid should suck it up, play where the coach tells him to play.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you or I would give, you know, give our left pinkies.
Yeah.
The problem is he's in a very powerful position at the moment, Talangi, because he's got a lot of talent, and he know his agent probably has already said to him, look, there's probably half a dozen clubs that'll take you if you want to go, if you don't get what you want.
Yeah, there are a half a dozen clubs that'll take him, but you know, we were just talking about fullbacks, and you've got the Kinney from the Gold Coast. You've got Jai Gray. Manly have got Lehigh Hopewati.
Yeah.
Like, KO Weeks is currently filling at fullback down with the Raiders.
Yeah,
like,
there's
I don't.
plethora.
You know, I don't mean to be rude to the kid, but mate, good luck. Mate, if you can jag a fullback spot with an attitude that says I want it and I'm going to go and play there anyway.
Because I tell you what, if you had the pick of those players, Hopewadi would probably be number 1.
Okay, yeah.
I think Kinney would be close to number 2.
So
he's probably 3 or 4 or 5 down anyway in that pecking order.
Take your shot, play on the wing.
Yeah, agreed.
And you know what? Next year, if Gutho does decide, Riles comes in and says, you know what, Gutho, we need you in the centres, play a roving role. Talangi, your fullback, go for it.
Geez, there's a lot of wisdom coming out of this show
tonight. There is, isn't there?
There is.
All right.
It's a bit cold.
It must be. Suncorp Stadium, St George 30, Broncos 26.
I can't believe you picked the Broncos, Steve. I can't believe you picked the Broncos.
At Suncorp Stadium.
I think symptomatic of where the Broncos are at was Ezra Mam desperately scores a try and throws the ball at the opposition and mouths off some words. I'm thinking, you're in a losing team. You haven't earned the right to be that arrogant right now. And I think that's where their heads are at, I reckon.
St George were well ahead. It was something like 22-6 or something at one stage.
I think Kyle Flanagan has been doing really good under his dad.
Yeah,
I think
he's
finally found a style of football that suits him, because he was struggling for a long time. I think he's been a lot better.
Isn't it interesting? Like, so he was good at the Sharks. he was actually good at the Roosters.
Oh, he was very good at the Roosters. I was really shocked that they got rid of him.
You guys punted him, and the Dogs wanted him to be their saviour, and he's not.
No.
But he's back to being a cog in a team and playing well.
But he's also, unlike the Dogs, he's also behind a pack that is moving forward.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Jaden Sewer, DeBellin,
they
they're not taking backward steps to anybody at the moment.
But, you know, he's getting his passing game is much better than it was.
Yes.
He threw a couple of really nice passes there the other night.
Yeah.
There were actually backwards, unlike some
Manly tries.
some Manly fullbacks that I know of.
I don't know what he's talking about. Tom thought about 8 of the passes from Manly were forward. So
Yeah, but that was in one try.
and Tom threw them all. He's that fast.
Yeah, and look, you know, good luck to St George. Honestly, I didn't think they were going to get close to the Broncos. But the Broncos are falling away big time last year. They are doing what South did last year. They're up the top and they're just
it's fun.
diving.
It's fun when Brisbane lose, though.
Oh, you think it's fun when anyone loses bar Manly?
Well, look, you know what? It was a good weekend because at this stage, Parramatta had lost and the Broncos had lost. If only Melbourne were playing.
And Sloane's defence is still terrible.
Yeah, he's got to fix up his...
I don't mean to be rude. He's not a first grader with his defence like that. He can score 3 tries, but he let in 4.
Yeah,
that's just not first grade. I'm sorry. We just spoke about a bunch of fullbacks, and there's a bunch of really good fullbacks at the moment who are currently in position, and he had a shocker, and it's not the first one.
All right, let's go on to Four Pines Park.
Oh yeah,
where the Sea Eagles were lucky,
fluky win,
narrowly won against the Newcastle Knights 44-6.
Yeah, what a fluke.
I thought the Knights were really, really low in energy. They
were very
really
poor.
disinterested.
They were bad. They were bad last week against the Raiders, and they were worse.
Yeah. They honestly, they had no go forward. And
no
when you
leadership. No leadership. That's the other
no
thing.
Ponga, no Best, no Gagai, but still, they should have done a lot better and should have performed a lot better than.
Frizzell's always the only guy. He's the one who always puts in virtually every week. You know. But look, Manly, when they're on, are very good to watch. You know, their ball passing was exceptional. Well, Tom was really good. I mean, I wrote here that Tom was basically playing DCE's position a lot of the time in first receiver, and he was terrific.
I thought it was a very polished performance.
You would. You're biased.
No, it wasn't biased. The try, the try that Tommy Talau scored, where they went across field, big kick out to Lehigh Hopewadi, who just passed it back in. Wow, that was a try and a half.
Oh yeah, that was a ripper. Yeah,
that's
a ripper.
Yeah, if they can come up with those kind of plays, and I think that was the 34th minute, and at that time, Manly were up by 4 tries to nil. We'd had 2 tackles in their 20. Like, what an exceptional performance.
Yeah.
I couldn't have been happier. Steve doesn't like Olakuatu. He's obviously biased.
No, you misunderstand. I do love him. I'd take him at the Bunnies.
Steve, the bloke made nearly 200 metres, made 25, 30 tackles, scored a try.
All right,
what do you want him to do?
But he had a good one. You were complaining about the fact he was dropped out of State of Origin, where he had two runs for about 20 metres.
The ball didn't go to him.
No. You're a football player. Go and find the ball.
Oh, please. Mate, you're a second rower. Stick out on your wing and make your metres.
Seriously. He's a footballer. Go and find the ball.
No, you can't. What? Do you want to play under 12s with this kid, like,
you're not going to tell me the ball only went to him twice? He wasn't in position to take the ball. He wasn't up there and take the ball.
No, he was nowhere near it. We weren't anywhere near using him like that.
I think you need to get some trackies for Tommy.
Trackies?
Yeah.
Why?
To protect his hammies.
Protect his hammies.
Because I think this could be a bad omen.
No. So Steve,
why? What's he standing on? Why is it a bad omen?
No. His legs.
His legs.
They're exposed.
Okay. Steve, what do you think about young Jamie Humphries? Bit of a player, isn't he?
What an interesting player.
Oh my goodness!
I'd take him at the Bunnies.
Yeah. Would you really?
No, I was impressed. I thought he was very good. I'm surprised Manly are letting him go, but I read in the paper today that apparently they've got some other superstar.
So he's coming as a hooker, is he?
Well,
he's coming.
He's played half all through juniors, hooker, and he started playing hooker last year.
Yeah,
but his long kicking game is fantastic.
He'll be coming as a halfback,
right?
Because we've got Mamazoulis, but depending on this Dodd guy from
Dodd,
Dodd.
Done from
Coming
England,
from England. So,
good luck.
but you know what? Hey, he'll be a handy backup for those two positions.
Absolutely. Look,
All the good clubs have him.
you'd have him as number 14. Like, he's not a little kid either.
So one day he might become a good club. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. By his way to the top.
He said all the good clubs have got him.
All the good clubs have got him, so we've got him as well. And apparently we've signed another good kid from Melbourne.
Yep. Garlic.
No, he's going to Parramatta.
Oh, Parramatta. Yeah.
Another young... He used to beat the Roosters, went to Melbourne, and now he's coming back.
Ooh.
He's coming to the Bunnies.
Yeah. So Jamie Humphries very good. As I posted on the Facebook page, we had Jamie Humphries on debut, Clayton Fulatano on debut, Caleb Novali third game, Gordon Kempton ninth game, Hopewadi fourth game, fifth game. That's mate.
Are you going to keep Hopewadi? Because I tell you what,
you can't get rid of him.
he's pretty good.
He has hit the ground running.
I don't know.
Some players
he's wasted a winger.
Well, you reckon? I mean, he's 257 metres, two try assists. That's not a waste. I don't know what you do with him. Where do you play him? Like, seriously, let put your Anthony Seibold hat on. Where do you play him?
Well, I don't have any idea about that.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, like, no, seriously.
Well, I think the only option...
give Siebes, who's listening, some advice.
I'd put him at fullback. I'd put Turbo in the centres. And I know last week he was very quiet in the centres, but he was finding his feet again after 6 months out.
So my question is, who's dropped?
Well, no, then I'd move Garrett to the wing.
You move Garrett to the wing, so that's Saab or Tommy Talau gone.
Tommy Talau, probably.
Tommy Talau, who's like the current leading try scorer in the comp. You want to drop?
He's not, but he's close.
He's up.
Tommy Talau.
So you drop Tommy Talau.
Well, no. I'm not suggesting drop anyone. If you just do a shuffle, you move...
Because we've got an injury. That's the only reason he's playing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's...
Seriously, if you don't hold on to him, someone is going to snap him up.
Yeah. He's signed for 3 years, so good luck.
It doesn't matter.
We're not letting him go.
Who cares what that happens?
We're not letting him go.
And buys, the Roosters, the Panthers, the Bulldogs, the Storm, Cowboys, Warriors, and the Raiders.
Okay, so who's doing the ladder? Which, by the way, is brought to you by Break Free Organics.
Do you like to hold
so
it's
no, they can see it.
Okay.
It's now open. The website is breakfreeorganics.com.au.
Mm-hmm.
Sells a range of supplements and hemp products.
Right.
You won't get stoned on it. It's okay. It's hemp. It's all good. Good quality stuff. So go and have a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Ladder. Storm 32 points. Thank you, Break Free Organics, for that. Panthers 28, Roosters 26, Sharks 26, Bulldogs 24, Dolphins 24, Seagulls 23, Cows 22. Interestingly enough, Seagulls, Cows, Roosters, Sharks all still have a bye to play in that. Dragons have just dropped out of the 8th to 9th, also on 22 points. Then we have Knights on 20, Raiders on 20, Warriors on 19. The Broncos on 18, how good is that? The Titans, another Queensland club on 18, how good is that? The Rabbitohs on 18. Steve, you are coming third last.
Yeah.
And equal last, the West Tigers and Parramatta.
You know, I got really excited last week.
So you had that back to front. Do it right. Do it right.
All right, Parramatta and the West Tigers.
I got really excited last week when I said that we're only 2 away from the 8. Now we've dropped again, so...
You're 4 off now.
Yeah, well, it's only 2 wins.
Yeah, but...
It's still got plenty of time.
Yeah,
plenty of time,
can
Brian,
I just say,
plenty of time.
Steve, all those teams on 22 have had 1 less bye as well, so it's 3 wins.
Don't care. Don't care. It's actually probably 4 when you look at our for and against.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, State of Origin tomorrow night.
Yes, go the Blues.
Big game decider in Queensland is...
I don't think New South Wales have had more reason to be confident for a long, long time in the decider, and particularly at Suncorp than they do at the moment. I think there's no guarantee that doesn't guarantee they're going to win, but I think of all the years that we've had deciders of late, I have not felt more confident than I do at the moment.
I can tell you that if the best New South Wales team turns up and the best Queensland team turns up, New South Wales will still win.
Right.
That's how confident I am.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, look, they've made some significant changes. The Maroons. They've brought back a guy who always performs at an Origin level.
Yep.
And the real, as we all know, the real secret weapon is Ponga off the bench. What he does if he comes off the bench and they don't contain him, that's going to be that's going to be the big deal, I think.
Interesting. I don't know whether, State of Origin is a step up. It's hectic. How do you take in a bloke who hasn't played in how many months? Like that's a risk.
Well, let's hope you're right.
I take it, and it's Kalen Ponga. I get that.
Yeah,
but,
and I was going to say, I mean, we're not talking about a newbie.
Oh, yeah, but one of the things that we were talking about, even with Latrell, was it's still a bit of a risk. He's only played one game.
Yeah, but look what Latrell did.
Oh, yeah,
and
but
Ponga will do the same.
Not that I want Queensland to win, and I'm glad that they haven't. What are they? They don't pick and stick, do they? Obviously, they live in glass houses.
If New South Wales turn up with the same aggression they did in the second game, they will win this easy.
Well, that's going to be hard to do.
It is because Queensland should be standing up with their own.
Yeah,
I think there's enough in this New South Wales team. I really like the team.
Well, I hope Redmond Best's hamstring is okay.
Yeah, so do I.
Because if he's fit, he will be very damaging. He's not the same player that Latrell is, but I think he can
have to be
as bullish as Latrell. Given the ball,
he's not going to bring you the same intimidation, but he doesn't need to. He just needs to play his own game.
He's a big angry unit as well, though.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and he did it last year.
Yeah.
It was a game 2, game 3. He scored 2 tries.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I'm.
So are we all on New South Wales?
I am always. I'm never picking those filthy 2-headed Queenslanders.
Okay, here we go. Pick the margin.
I hope the Maroons players aren't watching this show.
Oh, they do. Everybody watches this show.
Pick the margin.
You mean the score or the margin?
I'm about to lose. Yeah, I'm going to plug in my computer. Pick the margin, and I want the...
Brought to you by... What does he want us to do? Pick the margin or the score?
Oh, I reckon we should pick the score.
The score. All right.
Score?
Yeah.
All right. Pick the score.
26-12 to New South Wales.
That's a pretty good guess. I'm going to go more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go. Oh, geez, it's hard. 26. That's a good. I like that, Tom.
Well, go with that.
No, I'm going to go 32-12. I'm upping it.
I hope you're right,
Steve.
I'm going to go 40-18.
Go 42-12. Nah,
40-18. Who's going to be man of the match?
Man of the match. I'm going to go with. That's a bit harder. I'm going to go Stephen Crichton.
Okay. Liam Martin for me.
Good choice.
Yeah, it's a good choice. Thought of a team to remind myself of all the players.
No, actually, you know what? I think if for a scoreline like that, your forwards have got to be rumbling along. Yeah. You're right. It's got to go to a Murray. I'll go Cam Murray.
See, if I picked Cam Murray, you would have said, "Oh yeah, but isn't Sassaford?" So Liam Martin.
I think
go Gus. Go to all the backs, all the back rowers. Go on.
Well, I was going to go Payne Haas, but I think yes, I'm going to go Gus. I think.
There you go. Crichton. It'll be the back rowers that win this game by a significant margin.
100%. Okay.
Good.
And first try scorer will go to
Stephen Crichton.
Best. Stephen Crichton.
Go Luai, just to really get under Queensland's skin. Go on, I dare you.
Actually, no, I'm going to go Lomax.
Okay. Brian is when he gets home tonight. He's going to post this on. You're going to remember.
Brian's going to remember it all.
He will because he rewatches this show regularly,
religiously
when he gets home,
and he's going to post it. And we want everyone to do the same. Okay, let's go on to next week. We're running out of time, gentlemen. Friday night because it's State of Origin. Raiders and the Warriors. Or the Warriors.
Raiders. The Warriors. Or the
by a few.
Which one are you going?
I'm going the Warriors.
I'm going the Warriors. I'm
You're
going Warriors as well.
You're with us?
It is in Canberra, and
Yes.
they will be trying to play for pride. But I think
Actually, you know what? Week off, I'm going the Raiders.
okay.
Well, the Warriors had a week out for as well.
Yeah, but they're in. Yeah, no, I'm going the Raiders. I'm going the Raiders. I'm going
Warriors
to
for me.
stick true, go the Raiders.
I would normally in this go the Raiders, but I think the Warriors are going to get them.
You see? Again, I'm the only one who picked the winner. Next.
Tohu Harris out for the season, which is a big blow for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they've got, I can't find the team list now, but they've got Hudson Young and Jamal Fogarty back. The Raiders, for sure.
Okay. I might have to rethink that.
Industry Group Stadium, Rabbitohs and the Tigers.
That's Gosford.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I normally go to this one.
Ooh, well, I went to the game with the dogs, and it was filthy weather. So
Yeah.
what's wrong with you? Suck it up.
No.
Grow up here.
No, I won't be. I already have a pair. I don't need to grow more.
Oh dear.
Rabbitohs?
Yes.
Tigers.
Rabbitohs.
Come on, Brian. I want you to go Tigers because you're always right.
I can't go them. Well,
Bounce back.
I
Think
feel
about the bounce back.
I feel for Benji. I really want the Tigers to do well for him, but I just don't think they can. I just don't think they can. And no Appy. Like what? Yeah, I don't know. You can't possibly go the Tigers.
So you're going Rabbitohs.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, let's move on.
Knights and the Broncos at McDonald Jones Stadium.
Despite the performance, I'm still going to go the Broncos because they'll have their Origin play. Unless they're injured, the Origin players will have to play.
They're not playing. They're not even listed.
Seriously,
He has to play them.
he has to.
They're not playing. They're
Yeah.
not. They're not even listed.
Really?
Well, I think that's bizarre considering how
Or
they've
maybe
been
he's
playing.
maybe he's just given in.
Just giving in.
Just given up on
He's
the year.
just- Yeah, maybe he's just
Maybe.
he's put up the white flag.
I think the Broncos will get them. The Knights aren't playing well at the moment. And
Oh.
you know what? It's at home, so they do
But
grow another
Ponga will
league.
probably play.
Possibly.
Yeah, Ponga, Gagai, Best,
Well,
Price.
If the
Hastings.
Origin players aren't going to play, I'm switching back to the Knights.
I'm on the Knights.
Yeah, me too.
I'm probably leaning the Broncos at this stage. But what do I know? Storm and the Roosters.
Ooh, this is the hardest game of the round
This,
to pick, I reckon.
this is the be all and end all for the Roosters. If they can't beat Melbourne, they're no chance.
Oh, I disagree.
They have to.
They just
win
have to
this
be
game.
competitive against Melbourne. They don't have to beat them.
They need to beat them.
No.
Honestly, they need
Alright.
to beat them. And I'm confident they can. I can't believe though that the betting odds has got the Storm as the underdogs.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm going
at
the
home.
Storm, by the way.
Yeah.
At
Yeah, me
home.
too.
That's the only reason at home. If it was up here, I'd go the Roosters.
Well, they played up here and we lost.
Tom, you going Storm?
I'm going the Roosters. Thank you.
Panthers and the Dolphins.
Oh, Panthers in a canner.
They'll have their... But
What?
actually, anyone know if Cleary's playing?
Cleary is playing.
Panthers.
Well, didn't matter. Like,
No, but I just think it gives them next. And at Bluebet Stadium as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's unlikely they'll have their state of origin
Is it
players
just me that
back now.
Penrith seem to have almost every game at Penrith?
It seems like
It
that,
just
doesn't it?
seems like they're always playing at Penrith.
Yeah.
Four Pines Park, Sea Eagles and the Titans. Desi gets booed.
Probably.
Look, based on last week's form, I think the Seagulls win this one.
No, I think the Titans
Comfortably.
have got a showing. I wouldn't write them off.
Des will have a point to prove.
Des will have a point to prove, and that point will not be proven.
I'm actually leaning towards the
Do
Titans.
it. Go on, do it.
I am. I'm leaning towards the Titans. Listen, I've got nowhere to go in the footy tipping competition. The only people I'm above are those who haven't picked for 20 weeks. They're the only people who I'm above. So, you know what? I've got nothing to lose.
It's a much stronger team, a Manly team, than last week. At home. You can pick whoever you want.
And North Queensland and the Bulldogs.
No, look at
See, this is a hard one.
yeah,
This is at
So-
home for me, so I'm going Cowboys.
yeah. That's the only reason I've tipped them.
I'm a bit worried. So I think a lot of the Bulldogs go forward as through Max King, and he's injured now as well.
Risks,
So
isn't it, something?
yeah, I'm not comfortable picking the Dogs up there. Although all of those in my Super Coach team have a blinder, please.
By the way, I had Appy in my Supercoach team last week. He was rated to get something like 200 points. I got 30. And I had him as captain.
Oh.
Oh, shut up. Tom?
And that's
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys for me as well.
Yeah.
And buys to Cronulla, Parramatta and St George. And thankfully, after this weekend, no more State of Origin.
No more State of Origin, yes.
And we can just clean sailing through to Bunnies getting in the top
But
eight.
you and I have still got to buy up our stuff.
we do, which
Yeah.
means we're an extra win ahead of Souths.
Yes.
No, you're not. You're just an extra week ahead of them. If they win on the week that you have the bye, it's
Personally, I think they
balances
just take the 2 points away from the boys. It'll be better. Anyway.
Okay. Anything you want in the show with? Anything intelligent, Brian, you want to finish up
Well,
with?
Tom's sitting up here on a bottle of OxyCleanse from Break Free Organics.
How wonderful.
Yeah, I know. And look at him flying. He's a magnificent creature that Tom is.
Get him some tracky pants.
You
And a warm
understand?
blanket.
You understand there is no commission to you on promoting OxyCleanse.
No, but and there's no commission for me for promoting Tom either. But
That's
go
true
Tommy.
too. And speaking of Tom,
Yes, Melbourne. In Melbourne, I'm confident. Haven't been
you
for a
didn't
long
sound
time.
confident when we were
No,
talking about
haven't been for a long time, but I am confident that we can get the job done.
and no
We're-
Jared.
We're on a roll. You know what? Jared is so important to that team in so many ways.
Yes, I know.
But we can cover for him at the moment. That's the beauty of it.
I
We
don't
can
know.
cover for him.
I look at the Roosters and I think, you know what? No Jared. That puts you well behind the eight ball.
But our backs will do the job. Our back rowers will do the job.
And by the way, what did you think about Cleary backflipping and now going to England?
Cleary.
Kiri, sorry.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed, really. I think he honestly was leaving us at one point. And also thinking, well, you know, there are halves coming through. I don't want to get in their way. It's time for me. But it was probably just too good to pass up. You know, go to another country with your family, and you know, see another country. I'm sure Trent had something to do with it.
Yeah.
And you know, Catalans have struggled. They've sort of been first, second, third, fourth for so much. Wigan and St Helens, you just can't beat them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Is that where Dud comes from?
Dodd.
Oh, Dodd. Sorry.
St
Dodd.
Helens, yeah.
Yeah,
But
you know
both
what?
of those teams are very
There's
good
rumoured that he's not. It's not because he's not playing well. It's rumoured because he signed with South that they've dropped him.
Yeah, you believe that if you want to.
I
I
do
tell you what,
believe
the Wigan halfback. Remember the name Matty Smith. He is an exceptional halfback. He would walk into any team in the NRL. Oh, seriously, he's fantastic.
that. All right. Thank you for watching. This is Tom, Brian, and Steve, and we are from the Sidelines. As we say, just go onto our Facebook page. Brian will post something about State of Origin, and you'll be able to pick your scoreline, your man of the match, and your first try scorer.
Yes.
And don't forget, look up Break Free Organics and have a look at the products that they supply. Thank you for watching. We'll do it all again next week. Bye-bye.
Go the Blues.